Corner here with Brett Dawson after the Thunder's 118-110 win over the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. And, a lot of interesting stuff in this game. I guess we can always start with the great Russell Westbrook, who ended DeMarcus Cousins' night/life. And put a big seal on his 29th triple-double of the season with a monster dunk in the fourth quarter.
A big dunk on Cousins to foul him out when the game was still kind of hanging in the balance, and getting Cousins out of the game was a big deal still at that moment. Westbrook, as you said, another triple-double, 41 points?
41.
11 rebounds, 11 assists. The first guy since Jason Kidd in 2007-08 to get 3 triple-doubles in the same season against the same team. He loves playing the Pelicans. DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony, it doesn't matter who's on the floor. Russell Westbrook is happy. He's played great in 3 games. The Pelicans sweep, the Thunder sweeps the season series from the Pelicans. I used to cover the other team. I get a little confused sometimes still about which team I'm covering. But they sweep the season series, all 4 games. Westbrook played great. Not a whole lot from the new guys tonight, but a whole lot from the established older guys.
Yeah, Enes Kanter came back and then had a good bounce back game in his second game back from injury, 20 points, 9 rebounds. Steven Adams did a pretty good job considering he was battling against Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins tonight. And those two guys, Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, they really had tremendous first halves, and the Thunder did a good job of slowing those guys down. I think Anthony Davis finished with about 37, 38 points. DeMarcus Cousins got into the 30s too. Those guys had good statistics at the end of the game, but they really struggled to get easy shots in the second half, and a lot of that was, Billy Donovan going to that Taj Gibson kind of Jeremy Grant mix on Anthony Davis.
Yeah, when I say not much from the new guys, not much offensively from Taj Gibson or Doug McDermott. Those guys still clearly finding their way, finding where shots come from, finding out, the other guys are still feeling them out, and they're still learning the plays. Defensively, though, Gibson was really good, and I felt like in the first half, it didn't really matter what they did with Anthony Davis. He was getting into the open floor. He was making every jump shot. He was getting to the rim. He had a ridiculous layup at the end of the half where he just dribbled the ball the length of the floor as a 7-foot guy and scored. It was insane. But when they put Taj Gibson on him, I thought a nice physical presence, a guy who made him work for what he got. And he didn't score a ton on Gibson, and even when he did, it was tough stuff. They did a much better job.
Took some hard contact a couple times, and then he kind of got upset, and he was like, okay, I'm going to go start snaring rebounds. Offensive glass, defensive glass, and he really took control of the game in that fourth quarter with 21 points.
Yeah, he was a little not himself. There was a play in the first half where a ball hit the floor, and the Thunder were all kind of looking at it, and it's the kind of ball that Westbrook normally goes and gets. It was like they were waiting on him to go be himself and go get the ball. He wasn't there. Yeah. He didn't run and chase it. It would have been a bad ball for him to chase anyway, but he just wasn't quite there. He had 3 rebounds early in the third quarter and then just kind of took off from there. But that fourth quarter, another great quarter from him. He was making threes, but he didn't settle for just the threes. He was getting to the rim. The dunk on Cousins was one of 2 that he had, just driving the lane and throwing the ball down. It was a great. He was a little frustrated at times about a lack of calls. He told the officials at one point, one call. Yeah. He did get it. He got some more, and he just got in a really good rhythm against a team, by the way, he's played great against that. Historically, Drew Holiday has been a pretty good defender on him, like a guy who nobody stops him, but Holiday gives him some trouble. Not tonight. He had a pretty easy go of it. He ended up even shooting the ball pretty well after a slow start.
2 wins out of the break for the Thunder going into a big matchup with Utah on Tuesday, and the Thunder particularly needed to go into this game with getting these new guys in the rhythm. It seems like Taj Gibson really solidified that the defensive changes that they made in the second half. Doug McDermott's still yet to really get cooking from outside, but he had a couple of nice plays tonight. Hit a nice mid-range jumper off of a curl tonight. And but biggest for the Thunder going forward is that getting those guys acclimated, getting Enes Kanter where he needs to be back. I mean, he started 6 for 6 tonight from the field, so Enes Kanter's offense is fine. The next biggest thing for them is the Victor Oladipo situation.
Yeah, Oladipo misses his second straight game. And look, Alex Abrines didn't shoot the ball great, but he got good looks, and he shot it pretty well. He made 3 of 7 threes. I think he was 4 of 12 overall, missed some shots. Had a dunk that he said, by the way, does not count as a dunk. He didn't really throw it down. He says he and Westbrook will do better on a lob later in the season. They'll hook up and get that taken care of. But I like him with the starters. I think when Victor Oladipo's back, he's going to go back into that starting lineup, and Abrines is going to go back to the bench. But I like the way, I think it really maximizes his strengths by putting him with Westbrook.
On your dunk over Cousins, Steven kind of stopped short, screened his own man. What impact did that have on freeing up the lane for you?
It's huge. It was actually a great call by Steven. He read that. He did a great job of screening and gave me an open lane.
To see a guy who's still relatively young in this league make a make a read like that in the heat of the moment. What does that say about
It
Steven?
just shows that he's obviously playing much better. He's reading, and not just playing, but reading the game and kind of know what's going on at all times, and you can see that.
You just talk about in this game, kind of bounced back from that last game. Talk about that 20 points.
He did a great job, man. He's been doing it all season long. It's a bounce back game for him, but he knows what he's capable of doing, scoring at a high level, rebounding, and thought he did a good job defensively as well.
Came back in the game, fourth quarter, took over the game, 21 points in the fourth quarter. Just talk about how aggressive you was being, what you saw.
Just try to be aggressive when I can. I think throughout games, I got to try to find a better way to pick my spots. And tonight was the fourth quarter. Some nights it's maybe early, sometimes maybe late.
Do you ever realize you're putting up that many, or are you just so much in the zone and just trying to concentrate on getting the win?
I just play, man. The game will tell you what to do. If something working, I keep doing it until they stop it. And that's the game.
Did you kind of see Cousins out the corner of your eye when you went up? And did you realize he had 5 fouls when you went up against him?
I mean, it don't matter how many fouls. It didn't matter. I just jumped and able to finish it.
When you are hot like that, like you were in the fourth quarter, is that something can you feel that? Do you feel different when you get that hot?
I don't know. I just play. Oh my God, just play off instincts. And again, like I said, the game will tell you what you need to do. If it's scoring, then it's scoring. If it's rebounding, then it's that. If it's defending, it'll tell you what you need to do.
Taj changed the game defensively for you all in the third quarter a little bit.
Definitely, man. His length, his ability to know, personnel, know who's in the game, knows how to guard people, and obviously did a great job of that tonight.
Russ, Alex Sabrinas has had 2 good games for you. What's most impressed you about just the way he's playing?
Just his aggressiveness. I think he's done a great job of playing aggressive on both sides, putting himself in position to score the basketball at a high level, and obviously he's a great shooter.
What's different about the dynamic with the first unit when Alex is out there?
I mean, it's a different personnel, and Alex done a great job of stepping in for Vic, while he's down, and hopefully we can get all our guys back. But for the time being, Alex been doing a great job.
Well, I thought our team did a really good job tonight. Knew coming into the game it was going to be a difficult, challenging game, just from the standpoint of watching them against Houston and then seeing them against Dallas. You could just see them getting more and more comfortable, playing more consecutive minutes better together. And I know they've come off now 3 straight losses, but I thought against us tonight, clearly this is the best game that they played New Orleans, I thought. And I think you get a glimpse of how dominating those 2 front court players can be. I thought our guys battled, they fought, did a lot of really good things tonight. I thought we got a lot of contributions from a lot of different guys. Russell was just tremendous in the fourth quarter in so many different aspects. But Ennis, it was good to see him come off the bench and give us good minutes last game, but obviously the ball went in the basket for him tonight, which was good. It was interesting. I thought Alex, had a lot of really, really good looks tonight, which I normally go down, just didn't go down. But we didn't have a high number of assists. But at the same point, I also thought that our ball movement was pretty good. We just didn't shoot the ball on some of the extra passes, quite good enough. But I think it was a great win for us against obviously a very talented team.
Coach, can you talk about the aggressiveness that you saw from Russell in the fourth, not so much settling for the 3-point, but actually attacking the basket and got a couple of big dunks there?
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. He was in the middle of the floor. He made great decisions. He made great reads. He, was able to get downhill. He was able to get to the backboard. I thought Steven, in a couple situations, really did a great job screening for him, where he kind of created some daylight for him to get downhill and get to the front of the rim. Those 2 guys have a unique, I think, bond and relationship there in the middle of the floor. And certainly both of them together in crucial points in time of the game really made some great plays together.
Because they didn't want Jamarcus in the pick and rolls, because we were trying to exploit that. But then, so we just forced a switch. And heard him. Well, the play was like they called their coverages early, so that's why Drew. He just blew past Drew. He thought he was in a pick and roll coverage. I just helped my guy. He ended up doing that. That was crazy. I didn't even get to see it. It sucked. It was my back was like this, and I just heard a bang, and I was like, "Oh, damn. That's
How about Ennis tonight? He got a lot of the same looks that he got on Friday, but was able to convert them tonight. It seemed like. What did you see from Ennis?
Oh, just getting back to his game, and we weren't worried about that at all. It's just a feeling thing, and he's like slowly getting used to taking the hits, making the right reads, and doing all his normal stuff. Man, we ain't worried about it at all. But it's just awesome just to see him back out there and just chirping, making his shots because he works hard, man. He's like it's a frustrating thing, injuring yourself and then kind of trying to slowly come back. You know what I mean? So like the progress, it's awesome just seeing him like that, you know.
Steve, that dunk that Nick was asking you about, that fouled out Cousins. How much easier did things get when they only had one of those guys on the floor?
Oh, it was a lot easier. It's just a different thing to the game, man. Like, because then Cunningham came in, he obviously just switches for just corner shooter. But like, yeah, other than that, man, it's just like just changed up our kind of game plan a little bit. Which kind of worked out positively for us, to be honest.
No, you've seen Russ do some crazy stuff, but 21 points in the fourth is like a career best for him. What was it like seeing him out there take over like that in the fourth today?
You don't even realize it, bro, to be honest, like when you're playing. Just more worried about making sure you're in the right spots and all that sort of stuff, you know. But yeah, good job from him. I didn't know he even had 21. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, good job from him.
Does it even surprise you anymore what he's able to do in those kind of situations?
No, it's just one of those things, bro. He's just like going at it, and like he's such a tough guy, man. Like, so it's like no matter what defense there is, like he will like exploit like different little areas where he could get off, you know. So he's just one of those players, man. So like it doesn't really surprise me, but obviously like yes and no, if you know,
What's
professionally,
more
yeah.